I'm quitting the law to play golf. I have one goal. Within 4 years, I want to be playing professional golf on tour. Today, I'm going to be doing a bag mapping that's available on the Skytrak. I have never done one of these before, but apparently you can go through your bag and for every club that you have, you can take shots and select some of the best so that you can get an accurate idea of your general shot patterns, distances, dispersion, that sort of thing for each of those clubs. Bag mapping settings. I've got 13 clubs in here, all the way from my lob wedge to my driver. The shots per club I'm setting to 10 so that I can get a large sample size, but I'm going to instruct it to take only the best 5 of the 10. Now, I don't exactly understand what gap tolerance is, but I do have an intended gap. I will simply set to 12 yards, but we'll go ahead and set that and then see where we end up. My first of the 13 clubs will be my 60 degree. Just for reference, the settings on here are 0 altitude, so they're at sea level, 80 degrees is the temperature, and no wind. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm using all Pro V1s, and I'm getting urethane leftover scuff marks on my club. Pushed. Well, no read Skytrak. Okay, on to club number 2, my 56 degree sand wedge. These last two are not great shots because I'm Not squaring the club face up correctly. I think that was better. That was pulled. Yep. Definitely had a little more juice on it, but pulled. And some draw bias side spin. That was a good shot. Shot 9 of 10. That was pushed. No, not too bad. Felt much more pushed than it was. That was definitely more pushed. Okay, on to a gap wedge. Pick up my balls. Six. Boy, that's a lot of spin. 10,000 spin on my gap wedge. Curious. Less offline, but much shorter. That was pulled. Yep, pulled. Much offline and much pulled. No read. Skytrak. No read Skytrak. That's thin. Much too much distance on a thinned shot. Nine offline, that's not comfortable. Yep, greatly overcorrected that. That'll be tossed out, I hope. But I see that most of these are going left. So I move the ball back in my stance. And that's what I got. Oh, come on, Skytrak. It's Probably a good shot too. Nice. Shot 10. I'm gonna try to put that one on a repeat. Okay, on to the pitching wedge. For this, my goal is to get around 115. We are 30 shots in to this bag mapping. Ooh. That is not how that came off. It hit almost the center of the screen and is telling me that it pulled way far to the left. I do not believe that that is accurate for that shot, for how it came off, how it felt. Okay. That was thin. Very thin indeed. Not a bad result for a not great strike. Well, that was, definitely came off left. Yep. That does feel accurate. Yep. Tried to make sure I was getting an in to out club path. So I did, and it also hit slightly left of the line. Yep. That's an overcorrection. I think that actually hit part of the hosel. And it actually bounced into my bag pocket. Okay. Let's get a few good ones in. That's pulled. Well outside of the dispersion tolerance that I want to stay within. If I get draw. Draw. I know. Overcorrected on that also. I was trying to get some draw on it. Aimed to the right. And it went right, but did not get any draw. So, let's see if we can get a good one right down the middle. A little left. But I got distance. Those were kind of all over the place, in my opinion. Just trying to correct for some things along the way and overcorrected several times. Okay, it's gonna be 9. And I am missing a ball. Well, searching for my ball at least helps me approximate real life on the course. Taking way too much time looking for my ball. For my 9-iron, I'm looking for 130 yards. Nope. Hit shot's decent, and then out of nowhere, one of those show up. Okay. That was a good one. Very pleased with that one. Skytrak. No reeds. That would have been pretty good too. It was a little bit thin, but I do feel like it was gonna go straight. A little bit fat. These aren't bad. I feel like my pitching wedge just before this struggled much more than these. These are going 126. I'd like them to be more like 130, but I'm not going to try to squeeze any more distance out because that's not what we're here for. We're here to see where I'm at. And eventually, I will be able to push these numbers up, I think, when I get my swing speed higher and strike location on the club a little bit more consistently out the middle. Eight yards the other way. Shot 9. Yep, draw spin. A lot of draw spin, 1100. I knew I was purposefully shallowing my attack angle and coming into out. That was a little bit more than I wanted, but we'll get to where we can control these a little bit better. Shot 10. Shot 10, let's try to be a little bit closer to the center this time. 130 within 3 yards. Nope, didn't get the draw spin on it. Yeah, not terrible. Okay, 8 iron. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh, there's my ball. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I have a large gash out the bottom of my 8 iron. Hit a rock one time when I was playing, and it dented it. So if that affects my shots, I eventually would like to know, but I think because it's been on the bottom of the club, it's been fairly minimal on how it's affected my shots. But eventually, I will get new clubs and will not have a gash out the bottom of my 8 iron. Not a great strike. I hit that a little bit fat. And yeah, 3 degrees to the right. For these, I'd like to be getting a little more 140, 145 area. That was a little bit fat also. Yep. Yep. Put draw spin on that, but I think it came off slightly to the left of center. Yep, 2 degrees to the left. If it had come off 2 degrees to the right, it would have been excellent, but still not bad. 11 yards offline, but I got the distance out of it that I wanted. So I think there was a little bit better compression. No, I don't think that was. I think it was well struck, but it wasn't to the left. It was to the right of the line. So I think that's probably Skytrak messing up the read a little bit. Was well struck, but it didn't come off left. Oh, come on, that was a good shot too. Man, Skytrak. Try really hard not to get frustrated when I'm golfing so that it doesn't affect my shots. But when I get no reads on what I think are really good shots, man, the frustration is real. Okay, let's back off that. Let's try to start this a little bit to the right and let it draw back. Very good shot. Exactly what I tried to do. Let's try to repeat it. Start it to the right. And let it draw back. Good. Started 2 degrees to the right and drew back. Shot 7. Draw. Good. Keep drawing. Good. Did come off much farther to the right than I had intended. A good result. A good result. Definitely compressed that one better, and the yardage shows it. I guess I am on shot 9 now. That was thin. I stood up out of it. Yeah. Not a great shot. Yeah, stood up out of that one. That's fine. Shot 10. So we'll make this one good. Not bad. Okay, 7-iron. 8-iron was pretty good to me. We will take it into the 7. Okay, how many shots in am I? 60, 56, gap, pitching, 9, 8. I am missing a ball. There it is. Under the dumbbells. This little ball's trying to get swole. Okay. 7-iron. Oh, that's far right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was just a bad shot. I didn't come around and didn't get the club face squared. Yep. I was even had some fade spin on it. Okay. Let's reset. Much better. Much, much better. Add some fade spin on it. Yeah, that's farther offline than I like. Yeah, it's within 10%, but it's rough when you go several degrees off to one side and you get spin that favors that side. It's fine. Again, time to reset. That was thinned and probably to the left. Oh, centered. Oh, but I've got draw spin bias. I did shallow the club face. I shallowed the club. Oh, I didn't get any draw on it. Not a bad shot, but yeah. Oh. I want to get some draw on that. I did put a little bit more juice into it, but yeah, that's outside of tolerance. Still a good distance. That was better. Much better. Yep. Good shot. For me, pretty good shot. Nope. I am sending it a bit to the right, so we're going to move this ball slightly forward into my stance. That should let the club have a little bit more opportunity to square, just slightly. So that was a good shot too. Skytrak. That was fat. Yeah, That was a bad shot. Fat. Very fat. Well, that wasn't a great set, but we'll see where we land. 6-iron. Under the dumbbells again, ball. Okay. 6-iron. That was fat. Fat. Bad shot. It was thin. Fat again. Okay, I need to step off this for a sec. Definitely I'm feeling a little bit tired, but that doesn't explain what's happening here. So I need to reset. Reset. Okay. Good strike. Come on, Skytrak. That was a good shot. Okay. Let's repeat. I'd like to know exactly where these are striking on my club face because I feel like they're heely. I'm getting a ring in my hand when it strikes. It's clearly not centered. So shot 9. If I could strike these in the center of the club face, probably get at least 5 more yards of carry. So none of these have been centered. They've been better than the first several, but I actually probably should stop because I now have a blister on my finger that has, or rather was forming, but the skin has now torn open. But my 5.4 and then hybrid 3 wooden driver. I'm gonna have to do that on another day. But I will get that probably as a part 2 to this video. But at least for this part, I'm gonna get some significant data. And hopefully it's gonna be really good. I just need to see if I can play with this software to make sure that I'm not gonna mess up my session, because I did say that I was gonna be doing all of my clubs, but given what is happening to me, I'm going to take a break.